You know who is some kind of abominable snowman, but not actually a snowman, and not really abominable either? Jeff.
And Rand.
That was a shaky intro, but I just went with it.
Whatever.
How are we going to end this episode, dog?
Oh, let's see what we got in store for today. The elephant in the room.
Tell us what it's about.
We finally address the elephant in the room. And there it is.
We introduced the elephant last season. Those of you who've been watching since last season, thank you so much. You are one of a very few. Yeah.
Thank you, you and you.
Yes, thank you, both of you. And one of those people was me. No, just kidding. I have a story to tell. Here in Kansas City, my first winter here in Kansas City was in 2011. Well, 2010 to 2011. And we had a blizzard that year. I think it was in like November, December. So it was 2010 still. And this giant blizzard came through and just basically like pelted the entire metro area. And I remember like the office was still open that day. Like everybody I worked at a call center for a bank as a trainer, and work was still happening that day. I felt they probably should have canceled work, whatever. We were one of the only places in the entire county that was still open. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna make it to work today. I lived about 5 miles or so, probably more like 3 to 5 miles from work, and so I thought, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to drive to work because I'm worried that somebody's going to hit my car or my car's going to slide off the road and hit something or it's going to get stuck somewhere. I decided what was a better idea was to walk to work.
5 miles?
In a blizzard. And so I did. I walked all the way to work. And when I got there, everybody's like, you walked to work? Are you crazy? Why would you do that? What if somebody came off the road and hit you? And I said, well, I think it's cheaper to fix my broken bones than it is to fix my car, especially with my insurance, and which might have been true, but it was kind of dumb. And the other thing I didn't consider was the fact that I had no interest in walking back home after walking.
You got the return trip.
Yeah, and they closed the office 2 hours after I got there, so kind of a dumb thing. But I've walked to work before and since in bad weather, just because I wrecked my car another time and I walked to work in a downpour. Got to work, put my shoes up on my desk next to a heater, annoyed all my coworkers. That was a few years later though. Have you ever experienced a blizzard?
I've been in blizzards. In Cleveland, we had big blizzards. They have the lake effect snow there.
The lake effect snow there?
Yeah, because they have the Great Lakes,
right? The
big lakes there, and when it gets cold, the moisture from the lake creates additional snow, and thus blankets the entire area in snow. They call it lake effect snow.
Didn't know that. Okay.
And there's other time where I actually had a job interview. I was living in Cleveland at the time, and there's a huge winter storm, and I wanted to impress them and not wuss out. So I was like, I'm going to go anyway.
Okay.
So I was in Cleveland, and the job was in Buffalo, New York. So that's a solid trip. Regular highway, that's about a 2-hour trip. Turns out the freeway was part of it was closed, so we take back roads, and it took really long, and conditions were terrible. We got there, the office was closed.
Of course.
And nobody was there.
Of course.
And I was like, come on.
Oh, no.
I really wanted to show someone. So there was a security guard that he let me up, and eventually we found one person who was actually there. There's hundreds of people that normally work there, but there's one person who was there. He's like, oh, that's so impressive. That's so incredible. I just regular guy here, but I'll put a good word for you. I was like, all right. And so then we made the entire trek back from Buffalo to Cleveland in the bad weather. We rescheduled the interview, and I ended up not getting the job anyway. So,
no. So your initiative didn't help?
I guess not. So that's that.
Yeah. So, okay. You know what? Fine. let's address the elephant in the room. I think we've postponed it long enough. What question do you have about the elephant?
Why wouldn't he look at you?
Well, she's a little ticked at me because I put her in a box. Like, back when I moved here, I put her in a box with all my other electronics. She was kind of smushed. I think she's a little upset with me. Are you upset with me, Sylvia?
Just not even responding.
Well, thank you for liking and subscribing. Comment below. Have you ever experienced a blizzard or done something crazy like travel in a blizzard? For what it's worth, don't try to travel in blizzards if at all possible. Stay safe.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Public safety announcement here. So, thank you.
Have a good one, guys.